My name is Zeng. I'm 37 years old and I'm from China. Right now, I'm about $84,000 in debt. But my story didn't begin with debt. I grew up in a very ordinary Chinese family. My father served in the military for more than 10 years. In those days, for many young men from rural areas, joining the army was considered a very good path in life. After leaving the military, the government would usually help them find a job in their hometown, and they would also receive a discharge payment. My mother was a homemaker. She stayed at home and took care of me and my older brother. My father worked as an electrician in the army, so after he returned to our hometown, he was assigned a job at the local power company. Our life was always simple and peaceful. But when I was a teenager, something changed in my family. At that time, my father was responsible for managing a small hydropower station for the power company. Later, it seemed that some financial problems happened between him and the company. To this day, I still don't know exactly what happened, and I never asked too many questions about it. Later, my father left our hometown and went to another province to start a business, because we had some relatives there. From that time on, I gradually realized that I needed to become independent earlier in life. When I was about 19 years old, I left my hometown and started working. I worked as a waiter, and I also worked in a mobile phone shop doing sales and some other jobs. In 2010, I moved to Chengdu, the city where my brother was working. Chengdu is the capital city of our province and also a large city in southwest China. It is also the place where I have lived the longest, apart from my hometown. I knew that if I wanted to stay in a city like that, it wouldn't be easy. Later, I found my first relatively stable job as a loan officer. After getting the required professional certificate, I officially entered the financial industry. This industry also became the one I worked in for the longest time.
你好。哎，你好，我想问一下，你们这里还有房子出租吗？
有啊。看房间有几个？
就一个，我一个人。哦。
有热水，有空调。
键盘已解锁。
对。
上次是住了多少钱啊？
就10块钱一天。
5块钱呀。
嗯。
厨房就这一条。
这里风景挺好的，外面就是河。
我们这个地方就是风景好。
对对对。
所以有些人进里面去了，他用不出来。他因为我又跑进你这里了。
嗯，好，谢谢啊。嗯。
对不对？
At that time, China's economy was growing very fast, and many people were full of hope for the future. Many people were willing to borrow money, either for consumption or to expand their businesses. Back then, I was also full of energy and motivation. During the day, I was almost always outside looking for clients. Hard work really did pay off. In my first month at that job, I earned almost a little more than what I used to make in 2 months before. As time went on, I gained more experience in the industry and gradually built some connections. That gave me the opportunity to join better companies. During that time, I worked very hard and devoted most of my energy to my work. Because of that, I also received some awards and recognition within the company. Before I turned 30, I bought my own apartment in Chengdu, and I also bought my own car. The apartment wasn't very big, and the car wasn't luxurious, but I paid for them with money I earned myself. At that time, I was actually quite satisfied with my life. Later, I changed jobs twice. One of the companies was a Fortune 500 company, and the other was a group company introduced by a friend. In that company, I became the person in charge of one of its subsidiaries. At that time, I always felt that my abilities could take me even further, and I started to become more ambitious. There is a saying, when a person becomes too proud, they are often not far from falling. Looking back now, that saying really came true in my life. Later, I realized that I had overestimated myself. What happened next became the most painful period of my life, and also the part of my past that I least want to remember. My life fell from heaven to hell.
你们这里没办法做饭啊？
下面微波炉和烤箱可以用。
就不能炒菜或者？晚上房间是大概多少钱？这个？
反正就100，我也不知道，要看你自己手机上显示多少钱，因为每个人那个会员等级不一样，还优惠